Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. Join me to tone and stretch the body in a mindfulness yoga practice. We will build strength in the arms, the legs, and the core as we work through a challenging yet fun series. So let's get started. We're going to start on our backs today. So lay all the way back down, lowering your head to your mat. Find your center of your mat. Walk those shoulders away from the ears and bring those palms next to the body. Palms are up. And let's just close our eyes for a moment if you're comfortable to do so. And just tune into your body on the mat. Let's tune into our breath. Coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Slow, long, deep breaths. Feeling the rib cage, feeling it expand. And then as you exhale, everything shrink back down. And as you breathe in and out, again, just finding where you are in your mind and body in this present moment, letting go of anything going on outside around you, in the world, in your community, anywhere. Just relax and breathe and tune into your own practice here today. Feeling your heels touching the floor, feeling your hips connecting with the earth, your shoulder blades and your arms relaxing on the mat, the back of your head supported, and just breathe. And today, as we prepare for our practice, we will tune into our breath at any challenging times with our Ujjayi breathing, that ocean-sounding breath, where you breathe in through the nose, contract the throat, exhale through the nose. Hear that ocean in your throat. No judgment to ourselves in our practice. Just loving our body, pushing ourselves to find our edge, but not going over the edge. Another deep breath in. And then this time exhale it out through the mouth. And then reach the arms overhead. Point the toes, full body stretch. Good. And then bring the arms next to the body. And you can keep the eyes closed or you can blink them open. And we're going to bend the knees and place the feet flat on the floor. And then bring the arms to cactus arms, bending the elbows, backs of the hands on the floor, and then gently start to rock your knees side to side. Just warming up through the torso and the back, and just breathing here, side to side with those knees, letting the body know it's time to get moving. One more each side, and then we will come back to center with those knees, feet flat. Good, let's hug the right knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. Maybe bring your nose to your knee. And then exhale, bring the head back to the floor. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Straighten out the left leg to the front of your mat. And then extend that right heel to the sky. A couple ankle rolls, rotating around, holding the back of your thigh. Use a strap if you need it. And then reverse direction. You can always hold the back of that thigh with a yoga strap or belt or towel if that is what you have handy. And then we're going to flex the foot and bend and straighten that right knee. Bend and straighten. Just warming up the knee joint. Want to get some movement in there. Lengthening through that hamstring. See if it goes a little straighter each time, really stretching up all the way through the calf to the heel, down to where the hamstrings meet the glute. One more time. Good. Hug the knee into the chest. And then we're going to slowly release that leg and hug the left knee. Switch legs. Give that left knee a nice squeeze. Straighten out the right leg to the front of your mat. And then slowly press that left heel up to the sky. Hold behind the thigh. Shoulders pull down away from the ears. We're going to rotate through the ankle. Circle, circle that foot. And then change direction. And then you're going to bend and straighten that whole leg all the way through the knee. Stretching out through the hamstring, the calf. It's slow and controlled, not quick. And you want to really flex that heel at the top, pushing that heel to the sky. So you get a nice stretch. One more. And then hug that knee back into the chest. And then bring the nose to the knee, breathing in. And then exhale the head back to the floor. Go ahead and switch legs again. Bring that right knee back into the chest, straighten out the left leg. Now on this part, we're going to actually turn that right knee hip at an angle. I want you to pull the right foot towards your left shoulder. And we're going to work our way towards cradling the baby, but on our back. So maybe you just hold the ankle and the shin. Maybe you can bring your foot into your elbow and bring your chest up towards your shin. And then what we're going to do, and again, maybe you're just holding the knee and the ankle. That is fine too, but try to lift that chest towards your shin. And then point your left leg so the leg comes off the floor. Good. And then I want you to lift that left leg all the way up to the sky. Take a breath in. And then as the leg exhales and lowers down, the head goes to the floor. And then inhale, a little crunch, bring the chest up, straighten the left leg, and then lower back down. And then again, lift. Feel that nice stretch through that right glute and lower down. Give two more. Lift. Feel that belly working and lower and lift and lower your head and the leg all the way back down. Go ahead and slowly release that right leg and then switch legs. Hug the left knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. And it's okay if the leg doesn't go straight up. Maybe it's just a bent knee. And then you're going to hold on to that left ankle with that right hand. And pull that foot across the chest or towards the opposite shoulder. And maybe you go into a reclining pigeon, just holding the foot into the elbow, lifting that chest. Good. Point that right foot and then lift the leg to the sky. And then as you exhale down, leg goes straight, head goes to the mat. And then inhale, lift. And then exhale. You can always make a little variation. You can always just maybe bend the knee if that's more in your practice today. And lower, two more. Lift, exhale, lower the upper body and the leg. We have one more. Lift, feel that nice glute stretch and exhale. Good, we're going to release that leg. Go ahead and place both feet on the floor. You might feel a little bit of warmth in the hips now because we got some blood flow going there. We're going to now take that right ankle, place it over the left thigh, open up the right knee. Make sure that left foot is on the floor in alignment with your hip. And you're slowly going to lift your hips to a single leg bridge. Opening up, flexing the right ankle and opening up that right knee. And then you're going to lower that hip all the way back down. Good. Now pull that left foot off the floor, reach between the thighs and hold on to your left thigh. Just give it a squeeze and then maybe straighten the leg. And then bend the knee. Good. We're going to release that foot back to the floor and then uncross that right leg. Go ahead and cross the left ankle over the right. Open up the knee. And then let's lift to a bridge. Open up that hip. And then slowly lower it down. Good. Now bring that right foot off the floor. Reach between the center. Give it a hug. Maybe straighten out that right leg. And then bend it and lower back down. Good. And then release those feet back to the floor. Good. Full body stretch. Reach the arms all the way overhead. Straighten out the legs. Deep breath in and then exhale it out. Excellent. Walk the feet in. Let's give the knees a squeeze into the chest. And then bring your arms to cactus arms again. Let's bring the knees to about 90 degrees. And I want you to really focus on pushing the core into the back, belly, into the back. The core is tightening. Good. Drop both knees to your right. Pull them up towards your elbow. So you get a little core warm up here. And then slowly bring them back to center. And then we're going to drop them to the other side. And pull them up towards that elbow. And then back to center. Good, we're gonna hug the knees. Now it's optional to bring your head up, breathing in, exhale down. Good, and then we can roll up, or you can roll to your side and pull, and push yourself up all the way. Go ahead and transition to tabletop on the hands and the knees, and wrist right underneath those shoulders and the knees right underneath the hips. Good, nice and tall through the spine. Think about length through the neck. Let's take the right arm, extend it out. I want you to feel the hips stay level. Try not to move your torso and slowly extend the left leg straight out to the back. And just breathe here. Good, take your right palm, turn it down to face the floor, and then bring it out to the side and point your left leg. And then bring your left foot out and try to keep it way above the floor. And then bring both arm and leg back into alignment, extend, and then bring them back to the floor. Hopefully that core is warming up. Left arm straight out from your shoulder. Looking at your thumb on the floor, slowly, without rotating those hips, extend the right leg straight out to the back. Good. Turn your left palm down towards the floor. Reach it out to the side. Point your right foot and reach it out to the right side. Feel that hip working, that core engaging. And then extend both front and back. Good. And then we come all the way back to the floor. Excellent. Now we're going to go all the way up into our fingertips. So again, if you haven't noticed, we're doing a lot of core here, just getting it fired up. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Now I want you to draw your right knee to your left tricep or elbow. Pull it in, add a little crunch. The toe is barely touching the floor, breathing here. Hold it. Breathe it, come on, you got this. And then release. Same knee goes to the same shoulder. So right knee, right shoulder. Bring it up. Tuck the chin under. You're breathing, you're crunching. Toe is barely touching that floor for tiger pose. And then the knee comes back to the floor. Let's try the other side. So the left knee comes across towards the right tricep or elbow. Toes are barely touching that floor. Use that core. Breathe. Almost there. And then slowly release back down. Excellent. Now, left knee, left shoulder or tricep. Bring it up. Nice little crunch. Anybody feel their core working? Obliques, everything's firing up. Getting our strength. And then release it back. Go ahead and flatten out your hands. Cat-cow. Inhale, lift the head and the tailbone, arch the back. Nice stretch for the belly. Exhale, round. Inhale, open and lift. And exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, open and lift. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, round. Good. Here we're going to take a child's pose, knees apart, feet together. Let's slide the hips back so the belly goes between the thighs, and we're going to draw our elbows towards the floor, palms together, prayer position. Draw your thumbs to your neck, and just really stretch through the armpits and the shoulders, and the triceps. Feel the back stretching. One more breath. Good, and then you're going to release the palms all the way back to the floor. Tuck your toes. Let's find our downward facing dog. And when you find your downward facing dog, let's pedal out the feet, walk your dog, shift your hips. Just enjoy that nice stretch. Good, and we're going to slowly take that left foot to the floor. Draw your right leg up for a three-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Good. Bring that right knee between the hands. Bring your left foot forward so you come to a forward fold. Feet about hip distance or one fist distance apart. Take an inhale, half lift. Lengthen the arms and the spine. Exhale, fold. Soften the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Slight back bend, exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Good, soften or bend the knees. Take the right foot back to a low lunge. The left elbow on the inside of that, or outside, of that left shoulder. I can talk, right? All right, so then back to full plank, and then slowly lower, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And again, walk out your dog, pedal your feet. You can do this. Shift those hips. And plant that right foot down. Draw that left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack those hips. Keep the shoulders level. And then very slowly bring that left foot between the hands. Find that low lunge. And then bring the opposite foot, right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Bend those knees, take the left foot back. Hands on the inside of the right knee. And then step back to plank. And just hold it here. Good. So from here, we're in a full plank. Walk your feet all the way together. Engage the core. Pull the belly into the spine. Drop the hips to the right and stack your feet and keep your shoulders level. And just breathe here. Working our building strength. And then slowly rock it back into your neutral plank. Feet still together, thighs together. This time drop your hips to the left, stack your feet, and keep those shoulders level. And breathe. You might feel shaky. Embrace the shakiness. Find that Ujjayi breath. And then back to center. Neutral plank. Good. And then shift straight into your downward facing dog and adjust your feet. Press into those fingertips. If you need a child's pose at any time, feel free to take it. Good. We're going to do our Vinyasa Flow again. Left heel to the floor, right leg up. Good. Bend the knees. Slowly bring that right foot between the hands. Bring the left foot to join it. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Soften the knees. Inhale, rise. Slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Good. Bend, soften the knees. Right leg back, low plank, hands on the inside of the foot. Left leg back. Good. I meant to say lunge, but you know what I meant. Good. Slowly lower, Chaturanga. Elbows into the rib cage. Let's lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes. Slide the hands back. Little baby cobra. Exhale down. Good. Adjust the hands. Press up, up, up into downward facing dog. Use that arm strength. Shift those hips back. Good. Plant the right foot, lift the left leg. Three-legged dog. Bend the left knee. Let's draw that left foot to between the hands. Use your hands to push it forward if you need to. Bring the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Good. Soften or bend the knees. Left leg comes back. Hands on the inside of the right knee. And step back to full plank. Good. This time what I want you to do is bend your knees and lower them to the floor, but wide. Untuck your toes. Good. Turn your fingertips to face each other, but crisscross them so the wrists are a little bit past each other. So your wrists are crisscrossed. Open up that chest. Push into those fingertips. You can stay here. You can push off of the knees, or if you want more of a challenge, tuck your toes. Keep the feet wide and just hold this plank here, crisscrossing, using the core and our upper body strength. And then slowly lower the knees. Shift your hips slightly back. Take the arm that's in front, flip it underneath behind the other one. So you're crisscrossing the opposite arm in front. And again, you can shift your body forward now, staying on the knees, or you can draw your knees off the floor to a full plank. And just noticing the difference in the shoulders. Lots of strength going on here, building strength. And then we're going to lower the knees to the floor. Good. Uncross the hands. Let's find our child's pose. Slide the hips back, belly between the thighs, and then draw your palms together to prayer hands behind the head. And breathe. And just think about what's going on in your mind, the mind chatter. If you need to let some things go, let go of judgment. Enjoy your practice and getting ready for our flow again. Reaching the palms forward, all the way to the mat. Good. Shift your body out of child's pose. Tuck your toes. Lift to your downward facing dog. Soften your knees. Let's bring the right leg up. Three-legged dog. Press that left heel into the floor. Good. Bend your right knee. Bring that right foot again between the hands. You're going to pivot onto the back left foot and come up to warrior one. Now remember, your hips are both facing front of the mat, like headlights of the car, arms above your head. Bend into that front right knee. Make those adjustments that you need to. And breathe. Option to bring your palms together and biceps to the ears. Feel the length from your back pinky toe on that left foot all the way to the fingertips. Find your breath. Ujjayi breathing. Good. We're going to take a bigger step back to warrior two. So you're going to open your hips. Open them up to the left side because our right knee's in front, so the hips are facing sideways and your feet are like an L. So your hips are facing the same way as that back left foot. Extend the arms to the front and back of the mat and bend into that front knee. Make sure you can see your big toe on that right foot and your knee is not collapsing to the left but opening to the right. Shoulders are relaxed and shoulders are over your hips. So get everything nice and centered and breathe. Feel the power. Push through your feet. Tight, squeezing the muscles of the legs and turn your right palm up. Reach forward with your right arm as far forward as you can and then flip your warrior to reverse it. So now your right palm goes up, your left hand to the back leg, or you can wrap it around your back to the front thigh. And breathe, reaching that arm up, feeling that inner thigh stretch. We've almost got this. Good. And then we're coming back to warrior two. I want you to breathe in, straighten both legs, turn the toes both to face sideways, heels turn in slightly, and then drop to goddess. And open up that chest. Breathe in, straighten up to star. And then we're going to exhale to goddess. Inhale to star. Exhale to goddess. Open up that chest and breathe. We're going to windmill it to the back of your mat. Turn your left foot to the back of your mat. Bring your hands to the floor. Let's step back to our plank. Good. Vinyasa Flow. Chaturanga, slowly lowering. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And just breathe here. Relax your shoulders, pull them away from your ears. Plant your right foot into the floor. Draw your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Bend the knee and slowly bring that left foot between the hands. And we're going to pivot onto the back right foot and come up to warrior one. All the way up, draw the shoulders down and back. Maybe bring the palms together, maybe not. Again, I'm just giving options. You find the variation that feels good to you. Power through those feet, pushing that back right pinky toe into the floor, and feel the connection all the way up the legs, all the way up the spine, to the arms, to the fingertips. Find your breath, especially if it's challenging. We're going to open wide to warrior two. So you're going to pivot. Now it's the back right leg. Open like an L. Rotate your hips to the side of the mat. So hips and feet sideways, drawing that left knee forward, bending into it. Extend those arms, looking over those left fingertips, shoulders relaxed. Power through those legs. Tighten up all the muscles of the legs, pushing through the feet. And breathe. Ujjayi breathing. Flip that left palm up, and now reach forward with that left arm. Reach, 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 and then flip it. Reverse warrior. Right hand to the back thigh or around the back to hold on to the front thigh. And melt into it. Breathing into it. Good. We're coming back to our warrior two. Extend, relax those shoulders, straighten the arms and the legs. Bring those toes to face the side of the mat, both of them, and then exhale, forward fold. Reach towards the floor. Good. Slightly bend the knees, turn the heels in, toes out, press to the legs, bend the knees, lift all the way up. Find your star. Palms are open. Good. Now you're going to heel toe the feet together as the palms come to heart space. Sorry, not all the way together. A little wider than the hips. Toes are open. We're going to breathe and press the arms up, palms together. We're going to exhale, sitting into our Yogi Squat. Shake those hips a little as you come down so you can find that comfortable position. Draw the triceps to the insides of the knees or the thighs. Lift the hip, lift the head and the chest and drop those hips. And breathe. Nice work. We're going to place the hands on the floor, straighten the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, come all the way up. Exhale back into your Yogi Squat. All the way down. Are you nice and warm now? Is that core working? And breathe. We're going to place the hands on the floor. We're going to straighten the legs. We're going to inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart space. Good. I want you to release the hands. Draw those feet all the way together, big toes together. And open things up. Take a deep breath in. We're still facing the side of your mat, I know. Exhale, palms behind the back, interlace the fingers, and then press the fingertips down. Good. Now we're staying at the front of or the side of our mat, but I just want you to take the right foot back and do a little pivot so you're facing the front of your mat. Good. Big toes together, and then make it a forward fold, chest expansion. Reaching it all the way up, nose to the knees. Then go ahead and release your fingertips to the floor. Soften and bend the knees. Place those feet, the hands on the floor. Good. So you're in a very low squat position. Start to lift your hips. So all your weight is in your hands. Your knees and toes are pressed together. Your core is engaged. Good. And just hold it here. Very slowly lift the left foot off the floor and extend it to the back. So you're in almost like a runner's lunge. And then we're going to step the other foot back slowly. Find your plank. And we're going to hold and pause here on our plank. And just breathe. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Now you're nice and strong, right? Elbows in, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press those hips back, press into the fingertips. Feel your strength. Push up into the toes and back into the heels. Now I'm going to have you walk, hop, or jump both feet to the front of your mat to a forward fold. Good. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Soften the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Slight back bend. Exhale, palms to heart space. Now I want you to ground into the earth. Release your arms next to your body. Find your mountain. Find that mountain. Grounding into the feet. Close your eyes for a moment. And notice what's going on in the body. Remember, we're letting go of anything on the outside. We're tuning into our body. No judgment. Good. Grounding into that right foot. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see right foot. And then you're slowly going to turn open the left knee. So we're going to lift and try our tree pose. It's been a while. So you can have your toe here. You can put your foot on a block. You can put it on the shin. You can put a toe on the knee, but not the whole foot. Or you can press the bottom of that foot into your thigh and squeeze your right thigh into your left foot and bringing those palms to heart space if you'd like. Again, options with the arms, let them go to the side, or you can reach those arms up and out. You can have the fingertips together. Find your dristi, your focal point out in front of you. If you have shakiness in that foot or ankle or leg, embrace it. So good for the body. Holding that tree. If your arms are up, we're going to bring the palms back down to the heart space. Good. I want you to bring that left thigh forward, the left knee forward, right in front of you. Good. And let the foot come to about the knee and foot 90 degrees at the foot and ankle. Okay, so we're now here. That left leg is up. And bring the arms out to the side. Good. We're going to let the foot point now for crane. Really engage that core. I want you to feel the belly pushing into the spine and base that all your weight into that right leg. Soften your right knee. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Good. I'm going to turn sideways again. And then I want you to exhale, press that left leg backwards, reach, hinge at the hips. Warrior 3, extend the arms to the back of the hips. Option if you want more challenge, reach the arms forward. Flex that left foot and level out that left hip. And breathe. Really working those legs. And then take the hands to the floor for a split stance, lifting the left leg, head to knee. Bend the left knee. Bring the feet back together on the floor. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Soften the knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, palms to heart space. Let's find our mountain again. Now, as you're finding your mountain, you might notice a difference in one leg than the other now. So now we're going to ground into the opposite leg. So now your right knee is going to bend. The leg is going to open. So grounding into that left foot, opening up that right knee and hip. You can bring your foot to the shin, toe to the knee, no pressure, or press that bottom of that foot into the thigh, palms at heart space. Find your dristi, that non-moving focal point. Option to raise your arms. You can interlace them, you can have them wide. Go with what feels good to your shoulders. Now tune into your breath. Feel your power. No judgment. Enjoy. If you wobble, if you have to put your foot down, just laugh at yourself. Laugh with yourself. It's so good. We are not going to be mad at ourselves for not being able to do something because it's all a practice. Yoga is a practice. This is about taking care of ourselves. Then bring the palms back to heart space. You're going to bring that right knee in front. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. So it's here. Bring your arms out to the side. Point that toe for crane. And this time zip up the belly. Engage the core. Maybe engage the foot and the knee, shoulders are relaxed. Now we're ready for the warrior 3. So that right knee is up. I want you to start to press it backwards, hinge at the hips, extend it all the way to the back. Arms can be next to the body, or you can reach them forward, straighten out. Again, the left leg is solid, right leg is reaching back. This is my wobbly side. And really lengthen and rotate. Also, that right hip is level if you can. And you're going to have one side more challenging than the other. And then we're going to bring the hands to the floor, and we're going to do our split stance. Nose to knee, right leg up, and then bend the knee and bring the feet to the floor. Ah, that feels so good, right? I'll come back to my center. Go ahead and walk those hands forward. Place the hands on the mat, bend the knees. Let's step back to our full plank. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Feel that core working. Good. We're going to bend the knees slightly, shift our hips backwards towards your heels, and then lift up to a downward facing dog. And I want you to take your feet as wide as your mat here, and really send your heels to the floor the best that you can. Adjust your palms. Walk them backwards a little if you can. Take your left hand and reach it toward your right shin or ankle, and then twist and look under your right armpit. And just breathe here. Feel that nice stretch through the upper left shoulder and back area. And then we're going to release that hand to the mat. Reassume your wide-legged downward facing dog. Take your right hand, reach it to the left shin, ankle, wherever you can, and look under your left armpit. And smile. Feel all the muscles working. Feel the stretch to the upper right back. Good. And then we're going to release. Hands come back to the floor. Good. Walk your right foot to the middle of your mat. Bend your left knee. And then send your left leg underneath your right, so the thighs cross, and then bend your left knee. So almost like your left knee is hugging the right thigh. Good. And then I want you to walk your hands forward and find yourself shift to a plank. Yes, that knee is still crossed. It works the hips a bit. And then slowly shift back up into your single leg downward facing dog. Good. Pull that left foot out, place it on the floor right next to the right. So your left foot is almost in the middle of the mat. The toes are touching. Bend your right knee. Pull the foot off the floor. Send it underneath your left thigh. So now your right knee is bending and hugging your left thigh. Hug it, hug it. Flex the foot. Shift into your plank. And breathe. Are we feeling that nice upper body strength? And then shift back to that single leg. Downward facing dog. Good. And then release both toes. Separate your feet about hip distance apart. Slide back into your down dog. Soften the knees. Pull the shoulders away from the hips or the ears. Draw the shoulders towards the hips. Good. Back up onto the toes. Step, hop, or walk. Both feet forward to a forward fold. Back to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. All the way up, slight back bend. Exhale, palms behind the back, interlace. And press those palms together. Open up that chest. Take your right foot back. Find your warrior 1, keeping the palms behind the back. Open up that chest. Good. Adjust your feet if you need to. Release the arms to the sky. Open it up. Good. I want you to bring your palms to heart space. Take a bigger step back with that right foot. Pull the heel off the floor. Find a high lunge. Palms are still at heart space. Good. We're going to twist towards the left thigh. Press the tricep into that thigh. Palms together. Open and twist through the upper body. Now, option is you can stay here. You can maybe try to push your hips towards the floor. You can open your arms wide, trying to touch the floor, and one arm up. or you can keep the palms together. And just breathe here. Relax those shoulders. Good. From here, I want you to keep the palms together. Press them back together if they're not together. Rotate back to the front. All your weight is in the front. Try to shift some, push into your back heel, and then draw all the way up to a crescent lunge. Straightening out that back leg, thumbs towards the back. Open up that chest. Good. Rotate hands to the floor. Bring them all the way back down. Step back into your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your resting point. Feel free to take a child's pose if you need it. Listen to your body. Deep breaths in. Soften the knees, step, hop, or walk. Both feet forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Slight back bend. Exhale, palms to heart space. Find your mountain. Good. Open up that chest and then bring those palms together behind the back. Press them down. Open up that chest. Draw the left foot back to warrior one, but with the arms down, clenched behind the back. Open up that left hip, push it forward. And then release the fingertips, draw the arms up. Lengthen through that whole left side of the body, all the way down to the outer edge of that foot. Good. Bring the palms to heart space. Good. We're going to step further back. Bring that back heel off the floor. Find your high lunge. Palms at heart space. Maybe lift the arms. And then bring the palms back. Now we're going to twist towards that right thigh. So bringing the tricep towards the right thigh. Press the palms and try to twist. Lower your hips towards the floor a little more. Good. Option to open the arms, reach for the outside of your leg. Reach one arm up, or keep the palms pressed together. Now we're going to keep the palms pressed together. Power through that front leg as we release the twist, facing the front of our mats. Shift your body weight back into the back heel, and then power up to a crescent lunge. Thumbs facing the back of your mat. And then windmill those hands all the way back to the floor. Find your plank. And you might feel your legs, your arms, everything is working. Good. Hold that plank and breathe. Keep holding it. Now from here, I want you to bend your right knee and slide your right foot underneath your left leg. And just try to keep your foot off the floor if you can. If you need it on the floor, that's fine. This is really good strengthening for the whole hip joint. The core is working. Good. Release that leg. Place it back on the floor. Soften that left knee. Bend it. Slowly bring it underneath the right knee. So you're hovering on one leg. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Push into the fingertips. Feel that core working, those hips. Release. Both feet back on the floor. Slowly lower to Chaturanga. Elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Slide those hips back. Belly between the thighs. Walk your fingers together so the thumbs are touching out in front of you. Bring the palms together. And then bend the elbows, thumbs to the neck. And breathe. Continue breathing. Feel the body calming down. And then we're going to release the hands back out to the floor. Good. And I want you to slowly come back out of your child's pose. Shift onto one hip so you can bring those legs in front or across the legs. Coming to a nice tall staff pose, Dandasana. Pull those glutes out. And then sit up nice and tall. Flex the feet. Let's inhale the arms to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold. And just hang out here and think about lengthening the spine so you're rotating through the hips like someone's pulling you through the belly button. So a string through the back to the belly button, pulling yourself forward so you're not collapsing through the top. So you want to stay long through the spine, and then you can let your head start to drop towards the knees. And breathe. Focus on that breath, that ujjayi breathing. You know, maybe you can hold your big toes, maybe the outside edges of your feet. Maybe you use a strap. A yoga strap works too to hold on to the feet. Now I want you to slowly draw your hands to the top of your thighs, pull the shoulders down and back, lift the head, and then slowly inhale as you straighten up all the way. All the way. Hands are still on the thighs. Good. Now I want you to slowly keep the belly tight and pull that right knee in. Feel the leg drawing in. That core has to engage. Then you can reach and pull that foot in closer and maybe even cross it over the left thigh. So right foot over the left thigh, place it on the floor. Let's give that knee a squeeze. Right hand behind the back and a twist. Now option, reach the right arm behind you off the floor and see if you can get a deeper twist. Thumb to the sky, holding on to that right knee with the left arm, and just breathe here. Good. And then we're slowly going to release. We're going to hold on to that right leg now. Bring it up so you're holding the ankle or the shin. Option to cradle the baby now sitting up. Just like we did at the beginning. It might be a little easier now. You can always push that foot into the elbow and the knee into the opposite and sit up tall and pull that foot. If you want to bring your foot behind your head, you're welcome to. Don't get stuck there though. I won't try that today. I'm not there. And then just a little wiggle side to side. Flex that left foot. Push that left leg into the floor. Start to hinge forward slightly. And then back to neutral. Good. And now we're slowly going to release that right leg back onto the floor. Straight and tall. Take a deep breath in. Reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold again. Stay tall. Notice if there's a difference. Can you reach further now? Does one leg feel longer than the other, especially that right leg? So you're lengthening through the spine. Let the head drop after. Focus on your breath. It's not a competition here. This is called yoga practice. We are practicing postures. Bring your hands to the thighs. Very top, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Start to lift the head and then engage the core as you lift the whole body nice and tall. Keeping tall without using your hands yet, pull that left knee in. Feel that belly contracting, those hip flexors, everything working. And then once that knee starts to come in, bring it across the right thigh. We're going to wrap the right arm around that left knee, flex the right leg, push it into the floor, lengthen through the spine, then we twist. We always want to lengthen first and then add that little twist. Feel that glute stretch. Hand can be behind you on the floor, or you can reach it behind you and thumb is up and look out at your thumb. Notice if you can twist further or not as far on this side. And breathe. Inhale through the nose. Relax those shoulders. Exhale through the nose. Maybe you close your eyes. Continue breathing. And then we're slowly going to release that arm. Bring it down, that left arm. Twist towards the front and extend the legs. Good. I want you to scoot forward towards the front of your mat. Heels on the floor. Hold the back of the thighs and then start to lean back like someone's going to catch you. But it's actually your core that's going to catch you. Good. Now we're going to straighten out the left leg. And I want you to take it in where you feel comfortable. So I'm going to add variations. You can take some, you can leave the rest. It doesn't matter. You're going to bring the right knee in a little closer. Then we're going to take that right knee across the left thigh. And then we're going to release both hands and we're going to hold here. So a little bit of leg, hip, core strengthening here. So that right knee is bent and it's just hanging over the top of the left. Now I want you to take your whole upper body and reach it to the right. Little twist here. So we're getting some obliques going. Option to put your left heel on the floor, and you can still get a great core oblique workout here. Try to lift, if your heel's not on the floor, see if you can lift the legs higher. And you're breathing. And then we're going to release the left heel to the floor, bring the right heel down, hug the knees. Give that back a little break. Pull the shoulders away from the ears and lengthen the spine. And then start to slide your body back again into position. This time we're going to straighten the right leg, and then we're going to lift the left knee up. Heel is off the floor. We're going to cross it over the right leg. So again, option, keep your right heel on the floor and just cross your left thigh over the right. It's up to you. Twist the body to the left this time, away from that straight leg. Option to lift the leg higher. And we're breathing, so everything's working. You might feel that shakiness. Embrace it. It's so good for the body, as long as you can continue to breathe. And then we're going to come back to center. We're going to unwind, heels on the floor. Place the feet flat as well. And then pull the knees together, reach for the wrist, forearm, or the elbows. And then sit up nice and tall. Hug the knees. And breathe. Hopefully your core is nice and warm now. Excellent. We're going to slowly lower ourselves all the way onto the back, and I want you to hug the knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze, relax the shoulders. Now peel, like press and peel your shoulder blades onto the floor. Like they're pulling down, and you just want to feel them, almost like suctions. Whoop, the upper back goes onto the floor. Good. Now we're going to take both legs and we're going to press the heels to the sky. Feel free to use your arms on the thighs or a strap if you need it. Otherwise, you can have your arms resting next to the body. That core is nice and tight. You're going to point your right toe and your left toe and flex the right, flex the left, and then point them both. Good. Now we're going to bring both hands underneath the hips. Slide them under the glutes there. Point those toes, and then I want you to take the toes down till you start to feel your core engaging. Maybe you stay here, and also the key here is to keep your low back on the floor. If you find that you're going down and you start to arch, that's where you stop. So you just want to go to where you can feel the core starting to work. Some of you might be really low, like here, but don't let your back come off the mat. Some of you might be here. And squeeze the thighs together. Feel that belly working. Good. And then very slowly draw the legs back up. Nice. Release the hands. Good. Separate your knees and hug them into the shoulders nice and wide. And then we're going to release the feet to the floor, knees bent. Walk your heels in close to your glutes. Reach for the heels or the ankles, and then press up to a bridge. Open things up. And just breathe. Good. And then we're going to lower those hips all the way back down. And then we're going to hug the knees into the chest. And then we're going to straighten out the left leg all the way to the front of the mat. Hug the right knee. And give it a squeeze. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. And then draw that right knee just gently a little side to side. Let your ankle, foot relax. And then we're going to slowly switch knees. Extend the right leg. Hug the left knee a little side to side. Think about how your legs felt at the beginning of class and how warm and more flexible they feel now. And we're going to release both legs all the way out. Full body stretch. Reach the arms overhead. Point the toes. Good. And then you're going to use your core. Pull the knees all the way up towards the chest. And you can hold your big toes for happy baby. You can wrap your arms on the inside to the outside and just give it a little rock here. Pushing your tailbone down, your low back down. massaging things, that low back. And go to gratitude. Thank your body for all that it's done. And then give your knees a squeeze. Relax those shoulders. Now we're going to place both feet back on the floor, knees bent, arms at cactus arms. Good. Walk your feet wide as your mat, and then drop both the knees to your right and look to your left. It's a nice little twist here. Because we squished and molded through the hips, get lots of nutrients and blood flow there. And then you're going to turn your head to neutral, rotate your knees back up, adjust the hips as you drop your knees to the left, and look to the right. And breathe. And then bring your head back to neutral. Slowly rotate the knees back, up. Let's straighten out the legs to the floor. Heels touching, bring the arms next to the body, palms are up. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and walk your shoulders down away from your ears. Let your legs fall open. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale through the nose. And now this time a cleansing breath. We're going to inhale through the nose. And an audible exhale through the mouth. Just let it go. And as you gently breathe here, just feel where your heels are touching, your hips, your shoulder blades. The back of your head and your arms are connected to the mat, to the earth. Feel a calmness washing over your body. Feel the energy from your toes to the legs, to the spine, to the arms, to the head, flowing through your body in addition to that peace and calm. Another breath. You did a great job. Thank your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. If you choose, you can stay here in your Shavasana, or you can hug your knees, or you can roll to one side, and you can lift yourself up to a seated posture. Pull those shoulders down and back. Draw the chin into alignment. Let the palms rest on top of the thighs. Pull the elbows into the rib cage. Align everything. Feel the crown of your head pushing to the sky and your tailbone towards the earth. Take a deep breath in. Reach those palms up and overhead. Exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.